So off the top of my head, I'm thinking here. I'm following up on some Battletech mailbag. A couple of days ago, we asked the question, customizing mechs. This idea of variants, of building your own mechs, of playing in a campaign where you can swap out certain tech for other tech. And even as the timeline advances, taking inner sphere mechs and after the clans or discovering some hidden technology, kind of restoring it to the Star League type era and how they play differently. So this led to a question, and I'm thinking there's got to be a mech out there, inner sphere. There has to. And I'm sure one of you in the comments will be like, Fritz, this is the mech. Mechs, inner sphere mechs that would have or mount 4 PPCs. 4 PPCs. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's a variant on the Awesome. I mean, I know there's an LRM pack variant on the Awesome, but then it kind of drops out and is like kind of like a Mad Cat wannabe from that perspective. But a mech that mounts, like the Warhawk, 4 PPCs. Does such a mech exist? And I'm going to post this vlog and then go look it up. But my thought in asking this and answering this mailbag question right away was, yeah, PPCs have some bite. If we look at the clans with the Warhawk, the fact that those are ER PPCs, kind of an interesting check your weapons profiles. When I first started jumping back into the clans, it had been a while. Jade Falcon all the way. Absolutely restoring inner sphere prosperity and bringing rights to the inner sphere, these Desgra mech warriors and everything. So I can understand the approach of the clans. But it had been a while since I had played the clans. So I pull out my miniatures, pull out my battle armor, write up some lists, and we're playing a game. And of course, one of my command mechs is the Warhawk. I'm going to play that. 4 PPCs. Did you catch my mistake? 4 PPCs. Targeting computer, heat sinks, everything. So I'm playing the game, and it's only about more than halfway through that I realized, wait a second. I mean, it's there on the sheet, but I'm just going on autopilot here. These are ER PPCs. Like, I've been making that mistake. So from that perspective, I was giving up so much. And I say that as a sidebar because when you make the jump from inner sphere to clans, if you make that jump, and you will make that jump, Fritz, I'm inner sphere all the way. Yeah, but once you got all those mechs, you're going to need more mechs to fight, more mechs to paint, more mechs to collect. It's only a matter of time before the clans pull you in. You make that jump to the tech, always check your sheets, always refresh. But that's an example where that works because it's clan tech, and even that has the possibility to run extremely hot. You're not blasting 4 every single turn. So this goes back to the inner sphere question. Clan invasion, put it aside, hasn't happened yet. A lot of mechs have challenges mounting 2 PPCs. And the primary example are 2 mechs that I love to play. Absolutely 2 of my favorite machines. Never enough battle value in Battletech. I would be playing the Marauder regularly and the Warhammer regularly. You can't consistently fire these and maintain heat discipline and not have it cut into that. Even when we jump to the Awesome, which upgrades and is a lot beefier, you're not blasting every single turn. So this leads to the question, if I can't fire every single turn, then do I need 4? Is 2 okay? Or possibly 3? And what we see with the 2 PPCs variants, and we've covered this, if you want to go back to my Battletech archive on the channel here, just look under the Battletech playlist, check out PPC Tactica, check out the Warhammer Tactica, and check out the Marauder Tactica. But to frame that really quick, inner sphere tech, you'll fire 1 PPC, or you'll fire 2 if there's distance and time to cool. Then you'll fire 1. Then you'll fire 2. Then maybe you won't fire any. You'll fire 1. So it's this constant kind of consistent fire where you'll trade back and forth. Or maybe you'll do 1, 1, 1. Then as they close, you'll blast with 2. But you don't want to blast it so much it raises the heat, and then opposing lances or mechs and stuff closes. If we do 3, the Awesome is still within that band where you're going to control your firepower. And the idea is to have consistent firepower. This is true of most weapons, but I say the PPC because inner sphere tech, It has the best range, the best damage, but that comes at a price for heat. Slight trade-off, which is good, is the fact that you don't have ammo to worry about to explode or count off. So you can take the shot all the time. So framing it that way, like imagine you could blast off 4 PPCs. The Shrek doesn't count. We're not talking about vehicles yet. I will play 2 or 3 Shreks, PPC carriers, and those things are beast. Yes, the armor is very light, but you're mounting a fusion engine, you're mounting 3 PPCs on a turret. You take 2 of those, you get them hulled down, you get them supported by some budget infantry as a screen, LRM infantry. Things just got really, really deadly for a relatively low battle value buy-in. I'm talking it's got to be mounted on legs. So quads count too, maybe a Goliath variant. But mounting 4, let's say I'm going to build a mech around 4 PPCs. This is the first question. If I can't reliably fire them every turn or kind of cycle through them, then that's wasted tonnage. I mean, would you build a mech that could fire 2 a turn consistently and it has the 3rd and the 4th ready for like an alpha strike? I think it would be better to alpha strike, and we should make a note of the alpha strike because some clan mechs like the Nova and stuff, very potent at the alpha strike, but not for the reasons you think. Fritz makes a mental note, revisit alpha strike. From that perspective, if I can't fire all 4 every single turn, then I'm better off just mounting the 2 and cycling through, or mounting the 3 and cycling through them, and then it's called a Warhammer, a Marauder, or an Awesome. Likewise, and I'm sure one of you mech heads can crunch the numbers and come up with something, be interesting to see it. It would definitely have to be in the higher tonnage just to support the tech. From that perspective, there's going to be trade-offs potentially in armor. I mean, the locations I'm thinking about, without cracking open the mech skills to sheets to make it, it's going to be basically a 4 PPC awesome. I'm going to need higher tonnage. I mean, look, I could just go to 100 tons to support it. Left torso, left arm, right arm, and support it from that way. But now we're jumping into not only armor to support it, but massive amounts of heat sinks to even make it vaguely possible. Look, just come up with a design, and I'll get the sales team on it, and we'll sell it. We'll sell it to the houses. Who cares if it doesn't work? It just has to look slick in the presentation. That's it, right? I mean, you could sell anything in the inner sphere. The real money is in selling this stuff. Forget about being a merc trying to fight your way for the great houses or the nobility. Just sell this stuff, right? Quick sell. Sell them. Look, buy the mech. We'll throw in like 20 Scorpion light tanks, right? That type of perspective. So turning it over to you guys, a 4 PPC inner mech. Ironically, the one I'm thinking about, but I think this is later tech. It might even be Dark Age. Is it the Bear Ghost or something like that? It basically looks like a Voltron Black Lion ripoff, like a Golion ripoff, where it's like this quad mech that looks like, I don't know, a bear or a tiger or something, and I think it's got 4 PPCs. I got to go check that manual. There's a couple of later entries that are really kind of weird and out there, and you're like, I don't know what Battletech was thinking. I mean, I was there for the ride with the other stuff, but this is getting a little bit crazy as we move into Jihad and Dark Ages and revisit some of that stuff sprinkled in with some of the more obscure clan stuff. But mounting 4 PPCs with the ability to take advantage, is it possible on inner sphere only tech? And from that perspective, if you do it, because certainly anything's possible, then is it really going to be a paper tiger? Because you're going to have massive tonnage, massive battle value, no armor. It's just going to get cored out, or worse, punch to internals, cripples, heat sinks failing, and now you're right back to the point where you can't fire it. I'm seeing inner sphere tech as 1 PPC, as we see with the Battlemaster or other mechs, even like the Griffin, medium mechs, absolutely. 2, possible with discipline, even though Fritz has no discipline when it comes to heat management because I'm firing everything all the time. But as your mech commander, your mech instructor, I can at least do that. Just don't be in the same lands with me as a mech warrior because I'm going for glory. But building that out, what do you guys think?